never asked you to move out.
But you obviously want me to.
No, I asked you to pick up your side of the room.
You're trying to get rid of me. I understand.
I can barely see out my window.
You won't have to put up with me much longer anyway.
Why is that?
Stefan is dead and buried, thank God. But Nikolas still owes money to some very dangerous men.
Do you think Nikolas will come back to you even though he's filed for divorce?
Well, Nikolas was rebelling against Stefan. Now he doesn't have to.
You know what? Nikolas loves Emily.
He still owes money. The Karenin fortune is worth billions of dollars. All Nikolas has to do is stay married to me for 5 years, conceive a child, the Cassadines will be out of trouble, I'll be rich again. It's the one thing I'm good at.
Why do you sell yourself so short?
What's so bad about Nikolas and I spending a few years together? We'll produce a beautiful child, work out custody, then go our separate ways.
I'll never agree to that. Excuse me. Glad I caught you.
How are you?
Better, I guess. How about you?
We're all better off without Stefan.
Yeah, I wish it never dragged you into this. At least it's almost over.
Divorce papers.
I wished it could have been an annulment, Lydia, since we obviously married under duress, but the attorneys say that divorce is quicker in our situation.
And speed is important. You have to get me out of the way so you're free to be with Emily, right?
You need to be free, too. And just sign the papers and let this be over, okay?
Nikolas is giving me alimony. That's generous, considering he's drowning in debt.
You'll see my brother is.
It'd be a lot easier if he wasn't. Whatever happened to cads who marry women like me for money?
Well, you don't have any money.
It's a rhetorical question.
So, what now?
I know better than to dream. I had a whole life dreamed up here, even in this dreadful town.
Well, is poor Charles really that bad?
It's worse. It's obviously time for me to go home.
So now you're leaving.
I miss Europe. I'll be glad to go back. It's one of the few useful things I learned from my mother. Always know when it's time to leave, darling. Stand up straight. Smile. And never look back.
Looks like you've been wandering out in the rain.
Oh, I needed to think.
How about Europe?
Windermere looks kind of pretty on this side of the lake.
So, did you sign your divorce papers?
Oh, yes. They're a little damp, but I'm sure they'll still count.
That's my coffee.
This is the only cup of coffee here. The only cup of coffee in the universe.
Penny, when you get a chance, can I get another cup of coffee, please?
Make that two. This one's a bit cold.
In the real world, you can order your own cup of coffee.
Well, I don't do all that well in the real world. And this coffee isn't that good anyway.
Well, I'm sorry, is it not as good as the coffee in Europe?
Not even close.
So, did you get your ticket?
Not yet.
Why not?
I'm supposed to go back to Europe, married to the Cassadine prince, ridiculously wealthy, gorgeous, happy, and instead I'm divorced, broke, humiliated. At least I'm not fat. I'm serious.
Do you need a loan? I mean, I can help you with a coach ticket, but I am not shilling out for a first class.
No, thank you. Do you know what I realized out there in the rain? I have nothing to go back to.
It's a perfect reason for you to stay. You know, haven't you ever heard the expression, "Cut your losses and never look back"?
I wouldn't know where to start.
Well, it isn't that complicated. You just got to figure out what you want. Or you can just hang on to your life that isn't working or try something new.
Is this why you became a cop?
It's the last thing anyone expected.
I assume this will involve taking a job.
Mm-hmm.
Working for a living. Imagine that.
Well, if it doesn't work out for you, you can always just crawl back to Europe.
I'm up to it. I don't crawl. And I kind of like the idea of starting over.
Well, maybe we can start over, too.
Oh, it's really coming down out there.
Oh, it's a bad day for you. Place right home.
Finally, a reason I'm glad to be living above Kelly.
I'm betting, as a rich girl, you don't have a lot of experience in jukeboxes.
True enough.
Follow me. See, this jukebox, it's an amazing invention. There's something about the sound. Even when the recording is old and scratchy, you get a pure tone in the most expensive home audio equipment. I mean, there's always a selection. You know, for the price of a dime.